Hello, welcome to SteveKnows. It's the weekly VR news update, and today I have new meta rumoured headsets, more accessory information, VR game announcements, VR revivals, and I'm going to try and tie each story together somehow for my own amusement. And if you think of a better way that I could have done it, a funnier way, a wackier way, comment it and let me know. So let's get into the good stuff. I think that is enough chin wagging. Hit subscribe and let's get started. I also have to share this, lunch and dinner on Reddit, messing with non-VR players in No Man's Sky, making it look like he is free of constraint and has a personality. Surely this alone sells VR to flat screen gamers as a medium. Surely it's giving presents, even on a flat screen. So last week, if you're a regular on this channel, I mentioned the cancellation of the Quest Pro 2, rumoured to be due to the fact that they were trying to keep costs low and the OLED micro displays were rather expensive, so they were expecting roughly 2027 before the Quest Pro 2 would actually be released. But now 2027 has popped up again, Meta reportedly planning an ultra lightweight headset using the puck battery approach we see with the Apple Vision Pro, and I'm a little salty to see a company who kind of paved the way for VR crumbling and folding like Meta are to try and copy what Apple have done. They've been copying them since their release. I don't know if it's just tactical or not, but I am scratching my head on it.
Senator, I'm not aware of that.
The headset is codenamed Puffin, which take with a pinch of salt because it doesn't seem to follow the Beach in California naming convention that they have been doing for the last 5+ years. Is Puffin a beach or not? Do you guys know? So they expect this to be a pair of chunky glasses that aims to weigh 110 grams. The Quest 3 weighs half a kilo roughly. That's 500 grams for reference. They expect it to utilize pancake lenses and pass-through cameras, of course, but the battery, to try and keep it as light as possible, will be detached and stuck in your pocket. It doesn't sound like a gaming headset either, because they expect you not to use controllers, but to use gaze control and hand tracking. Gaze control, credit where credit's due. I tried it on the Apple Vision Pro and it was insane, rather impressive. You just look at what you want and it works. What? But this is just the green light for a prototype to be developed. It doesn't mean they're actually going to release anything. They're just going to try and create something. But it looks to be a direct competitor with Apple and aligns with the latest accessory that I'm about to talk about, actually. So moving on to the next story. The version 69 public testing channel has been going on for a long time now. I thought 69 would be rolled out by now, but there must have been tons of problems. Nice. But anywho, Lubos, a legend in the VR space who has been deep diving in VR emulators. So stay tuned on this channel because I have more information on that as I've been talking to Lubos on this very topic. Some exciting stuff. But he posted a video showcasing a new device option in the headset where you see mouse, keyboard, controllers, joypads, and now a stylus. With the stylus selected, you'll see customization options available for the Logitech MX Ink, a £125 stylus. What a bargain! And in these options, you have things like feedback intensity. Are you left-handed? Button pressing options. And when you scroll even further, it has insanely detailed optionality to customize the stylus for your specific needs, because this is clearly aimed at professionals. The tutorial also highlights how this will work as a point-and-click device, so would this be compatible with the 2027 headset? It also shows if you apply pressure to the nib, or you press a button with certain intensity, you can adjust the thickness of the pen strokes. It also has a button on the top of the pen. I love, like a classic retractable ballpoint. You're just fiddling with one of those, and I love that. But what this does actually activates the menu and recenters you, much like the the Meta home button. Gosh, what did I do there? No, it's Oculus. Oculus! But I'm not going to get one of these pens. They're just kind of interesting. But what I am going to get is games, games, games. I had a little fright when it was announced behind closed doors initially that Hitman was going to be delayed and that I would not be getting access to it before the summer release date. And that felt me with dread, like, oh no. That kind of lends itself to being that this game is going to be a disaster. Then the date of its release actually changed on the Meta Store as well, going from summer to autumn, more dread set in. But it turns out it was only like a week later. They had set a release date just a week later. And I've now got access to the game to prepare content for its release for you, so stay tuned. September 5th, Hitman 3 Reloaded for Quest will be dropping. So panic averted, one of the biggest titles to release this year, and I played it previously as the PlayStation VR port, and I did not like it, so I'm excited for this revamp on Quest. And on the topic of PlayStation and panic, Japan will also be getting a $100 price hike for the PlayStation VR 2. The company's Japanese! What are you doing? Way to stick it to your own people. This should be free for everybody in Japan. Obviously, no, I'm messing, obviously. It's not just the headset, though. The console has also been increased. So if you actually want a PlayStation VR 2 in Japan, that's a $100 increase on the console and the headset. That's $200 more now to enjoy it. We saw huge success when the PlayStation VR 2 had a price drop, so it was around $350 in pounds. It sold like hotcakes, so I find this decision rather strange. They claim it's to be because of external pressures due to economic strain, but if you need money, surely selling more headsets is better than selling less headsets. Push for software sales to get that $100 back, not adding it onto the device and then the console as well. Bring the old pricing back, because I know in Japan the Quest adverts are incredible, and you don't want to drive people to the Meta Quest if you're trying to drive them to the PlayStation VR 2. It sounds counterintuitive. And speaking of bringing things back, but this time not about price, a game, I was not lucky enough to have tried this before its parting. It was taken off the store, and that game is Marvel's Power United from Sanzaru Games, the actual developers of Asgard's Wrath 2, fun fact. So this was initially a multiplayer experience where you could be heroes together, Marvel heroes together, but it got shut down 3 years ago, and it still looks like one of the better hero experiences out there. There's not many great ones. But you guys, the community, you stood up and you were like, this is bullcrap. We're not doing this. And you're amazing as always. So there is a Marvel Powers United Revival project. And it's called the Marvel Powers United Revival Project. So the game is now playable again, but without the multiplayer support. They have stated that this is for those who purchased the game in 2018 to 2021 and have not been able to play it since its removal. Which, of course, they're going to say that. They're not going to say this is a distribution of a free experience that we don't own, are they? But this is also the perfect time to enjoy this. You can embody Wolverine in his suit, which is pretty hype after the latest Deadpool movie release. This is a real treat. Thank you. And if you're not full, then you've got room for some more treats. Another Axiom has another one for you. You may know them from the development of Gorilla Tag, just a small VR game. You may have heard of it. Well, that team actually has some ex-developers from the Echo Esports Arena titles, which was brutally shut down, something nobody wanted to happen, and has a dedicated community still, which actually I have something cool to mention in this space later on in this video, so stay tuned. So they have developed and showcased a new game called Orion Drift, which aims to revive more of an esports social culture, a bit like Echo Arena had in VR, but at scale. So this will have social hubs that support up to 200 people at a time, where you can run, jump, climb, slide, skate and fly, using what seems to be the Gorilla Tag traversal system within a robot community in space. And it reminds me a hell of a lot of Short Circuit. Johnny5 is now my esports name. It's official. You heard it first. So in these tubs, there are a ton of athletic-like experiences, obstacle courses, climbing, team-based sports, and I'm sold on it. I want in. This looks like a blast. So not much of a segue on this one, but I did say I had something cool to mention. And this one, if you are around, there is a Duckman LAN event happening again this year, this time in Exeter on November 1st to November 2nd at the University of Exeter. Here you'll enjoy some VR experiences and some esports events. I attended one before because it was actually in my hometown for Echo Arena, and it was so hype. Full of great people from all over the world who would come to participate. There is VR commentary and a competitive spirit in the air. So vrmeeteurope.com for tickets, and I'll link the Discord down below in the description if you want to check out and see what the community is saying and who will be attending this event. It is now September, which means it's a new month, which means new MetaQuest Plus It's a new month, which means MetaQuest Plus subscribers will get new games, and this month it's Synth Riders and Zero Caliber Reloaded. Synth Riders is a rhythm-based game which has some insane experiences, these levels where you are fully immersed and they are completely customized for a specific artist. The Muse one blew my mind. Do we have any Matt Bellamy lovers here? Zero Caliber Reloaded is a cooperative shooter, a story-driven campaign that you can play solo or with a friend. It was iffy when this game first released, I have to admit, but they have updated it, gave it a new nice graphical overhaul, and now it is a really decent play, and the sequel is freaking epic. So get caught up and enjoy this with a friend. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. This one has felt like a community-driven news video this week. I'm feeling extra proud. VR at the end of this year is one of the best we have ever had. So hype, and I hope it lives up to it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please hit subscribe and join me for next time. More importantly though, have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day.